In our studios today is Sam Dolenz. He's the music director for Atchison High School, and one of my favorite people, Haven Fry, who is a senior in the show choir and that has been on our entrepreneurial group. I think this is kind of old hat for you, isn't it, Haven? You've been here, what, two? This is your second or third time?
This is my third time.
Third
and
time?
Actually, I'll be back on Monday, too. So.
She can be the hostess. She's just an amazing young lady. So, but Sam, I am so excited. I tell you, there was a senior a few years ago that I was just smitten with. They're our next door neighbors. It's the Dolenz, Karis, and then their son came in. Carl came in, and now we've got Bruce because I think he was in the last musical you did.
He's in the show choir as well.
And I thought when that family was gone, all our talent would be gone. And I don't know where you're finding them, but it's like every single year you're coming.
In the water.
It is. That's exactly what Kay and I have talked about. That there's something in the water because you're coming up with some fantastic young people.
Absolutely, yeah. We're very successful the past couple of years, and it's pretty exciting. So.
Well, and I'm gonna give accolades to you too because I've watched the show choir a number of times because they perform in many areas throughout our community. I think you've performed for Rotary, you've performed for some other clubs and organizations that I belong to. But you've got something coming up here May 8th and 9th. Tell me about that. What are you doing?
Our end of the year concert is May 8th and 9th. It's a show. We call it the Show Choir Showcase, and it's at the middle school at 7 p.m. on May 8th and 9th. And we perform our shows, and we perform other shows, and Haven has a solo, and it's a pretty awesome event. You don't want to miss it.
And that's going to be the 8th and 9th, and it's 7 o'clock at the
7
middle
p.m.
school? Is there a cost to that?
It is $6 for adults and $5 for students.
Now, will this be your final performance, Haven? You're a senior, right?
Technically, yes, it will be my final performance, except for we sing at graduation, and so I'll be a part of that, and I'll be able to sing at my graduation, which is really fun. But yeah, for show choir, this will be my last performance, and so I'm kind of nervous for it to be over.
Well, it's kind of bittersweet when things end like that, isn't it? Because you guys have you're very close, I'm sure, because you spent hours trying to perfect this. The dance moves. I mean,
hundreds of hours.
Hundreds
for sure.
and hundreds.
Well, too much
of
time.
hours.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
but you compete, right?
Yeah, so we compete. We have 4 competitions a year, and we go all over in Missouri, and we compete against 6A schools. And we do really well. We are undefeated in our class all this year, and we have received a lot of caption awards, like Best Ballad and Best Male Soloist, which Jeb Davis has gotten twice this year. And we just done really, really well, and we made it to finals 3 out of the 4 times we went to a competition, which is a very, very big deal. Most choirs almost never even achieve being able to do that. So it was a very good accomplishment this year, and we did really well. We're really proud of ourselves.
Well, now, how come you go to Missouri rather than Kansas? Is that because
Kansas doesn't have any?
Yeah.
We are, I think, one of 3 show choirs in the state of Kansas, competitive show choirs. And so since there's only 3 of us, we can't really host a competition because competitions
need more than 3.
Need more than
don't
3.
They?
Yeah.
Well, at least somebody would always come in 3rd place, wouldn't they?
There you go. Everyone would go to finals.
Well, okay. So I know you're doing not only this, Sam, but you're also all the musicals. Oh my gosh, some of the musicals that you've. I went to see Tarzan. I think that was the latest one.
Yep.
Which I thought that was fantastic.
Well, thank you.
But I try to go to everything, and sometimes I miss them. But I try to go to everything that you guys are doing, and it's so great because I see these kids that I've gotten to know, and that's really cool. So you're not going to tell me because you don't know what's going to happen next year, right? You don't have any.
Mr. Crum and I have. We have a couple secrets. We've talked about a few musicals.
I won't tell anybody if you tell us over the air.
Okay. Well,
and I won't be there next year, so I won't tell
so
anyone.
You won't tell anybody, right?
Well, we've thought of a couple. One we've thought of is Legally Blonde. That was a
Uh-huh.
movie a while ago.
Right.
And also we thought about doing the musical Elf, which is brand new.
Ooh.
So I know, sorry.
I
Haven.
want to come back.
So, but that's just a thought. We're not sure if we could even get the rights to do them yet. So,
I think for the size of our community, with only 11,000 people here,
mm-hmm.
the productions that we've put on have just been. Les Mis was
yeah.
the one I was trying to think of earlier. That and I'm a big theater person.
Me too.
We go to Kansas City to everything, and I have a great little theater group that we run together and go down to Kansas City. But that was close. That was close to the quality that we get at the professionals in Kansas City.
It was amazing.
Not quite, but real close.
It was a once in a lifetime thing for me. Yeah, it was awesome.
And you know what's great about you and Kay and all the people, you work together because that was kind of a collaboration, wasn't it?
Yep, it was between Theater Atchison and they used our middle school, so we kind of partnered with the middle school as well. So it was pretty.
That's a
it was pretty
great
cool.
theater venue.
It was. Yeah.
You can see and the acoustics are good. And did you get a new sound system? Because
we did get a new sound system. Last year about this time, we accidentally broke the sound system at the middle school, so we had to get a new sound system. Sorry, Dr. Myers.
Accidentally.
It was an accident, but we have new speakers.
Now be careful because Susan Myers listens to
I
the
know.
show on a pretty regular basis.
I know. When we did Beauty and the Beast 4 years ago, 10 minutes before the show started, the sound system wouldn't even work. So we had to unplug everything, and we prayed that it would come back on, and thankfully it came back on. So after that year, we asked Dr. Myers, can we please get something done? And she's done a great job. So.
Well, and the quality of what is coming out of Atchison High School is just amazing. And I think in Beauty and the Beast, Susie Whitfield was in that
she was
one,
Miss
wasn't
Potts.
she? I told her you were coming in here. I saw her last night at Walmart, and I'm like, I've got a guest you would know coming in tomorrow. So I told her she had to listen to you and see how you did.
Well, hello, Susie.
Well, anyway, so tell me about the other things, because you've been in competition. You were in national. What was the national nomination that you got?
We have been nominated for Best New Program in the whole United States for show choir, which is a huge deal. And this is our second year in a row. And
now, what does it take to get that kind of nomination, other than a whole lot of hard work? Is that
Well, we're a new program because this is our third year, and so what we've done as a new choir are something that choirs that have been around for decades have never achieved.
Absolutely.
And so it stands out like we're brand new and we're accomplishing so many amazing things. So it's kind of out of the blue. So they kind of notice.
Hasn't this evolved a lot since Glee? And when Glee hit the air, haven't we seen a lot more show choirs developing?
I think there are. There's been show choirs since the mid-'70s. They started in Indiana, and they just kind of went throughout the Midwest and kind of hit Missouri and kind of hit Kansas. And ever since Glee's been around, there's been more schools that have dabbled in it, and there's now more schools that compete than when I was in high school, 12 or 15 years ago.
And I think it's so important. And, you and I all three of us are probably heavy theater goers. We love that.
Yeah.
But I think the ability to talk, communicate, and get up in front of a group is crucial to your developmental skills in whatever career you move forward on. I've had Travis in here, Grossman. You both probably know real well.
Yep.
And he talks about that as well, that it's so important for young folks to be able to have that in their arsenal of tools when they go out into the real world, to have that ability to stand up in front of people. But the thing is with you guys, you've got some very gifted musicians and vocal folks out there.
Yeah, we just did a middle school musical a couple weeks ago. We did Mulan Jr. And we have some awesome kids coming up, very talented.
So I'll be able to go to your shows for a long time.
You will. I guarantee you will, and you will enjoy it every time. You'll laugh and cry and be excited.
Yeah, we've made a lot of people cry this year in our show choir show. We have our ballad, a song that we sing, is about a boy going off to war and his mother praying at home that he comes home safely, and it's a very intense song, and we just make all the judges cry and all the people in the audience just break down in tears when we
And I
sing
cry
it.
as well.
And
And I'll probably
I've
cry
cried.
next week.
I've cried a few times when I've sang it before. It's just so powerful, and it's just the ability that we have to express these emotions. It's obvious that we like what we do. So
Now, how many students are in show choir?
We have 47 in our mixed show choir and 31 in our women's show choir, brand new women's show choir this year.
So you're adding another choir?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we just
Or
added
you just
one.
added one this
We
year?
just added one this year,
Okay.
and it's going really well so far.
So you've got a mixed choir,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have a women's?
The women's show choir as well. So in the women's show choir, we'll be performing on the showcase as well.
So when you guys go to competitions,
It's a very long day.
yeah.
I bet. Well, I know Mike was forensics and debate.
Mhm.
That was my undergraduate degree, was speech theater, forensics and debate. And I know those took forever sometimes when you'd go to competitions in high school. You'd be home at 2 or 3 in the morning, and
Yep.
that's kind of what show choir is, too.
I think we left at 3 one time and didn't get back till like 2:30 the next morning.
There's been
And it's just, oh, you're so tired. And by the end of the day, you don't want to look at anybody. You don't want anyone looking at you. You're just
but it's
so
very
done.
fun and rewarding.
It's fun during the day. Yeah, it's fun,
It's
and
just
I
very
love
long.
the accomplishment. It's very long, so we really work hard in what we do.
Absolutely.
Well, it's obvious if you're getting these kinds of awards in a show
Mhm.
choir that's only been around
Oh yeah,
3 years. That's pretty doggone amazing.
it is.
Yeah.
Susan Myers need to even spend more money on you guys.
Amen to that. Yeah.
Well, we did just get a new room last year, so
So,
we don't
yeah.
really. We've been very blessed with the amount
Absolutely.
of support that we've gotten, especially from Susan. Just having a superintendent that is
That is
so,
very pro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and is so in love with all the arts, because we have a lot of people in administrative positions that love sports and give a lot of attention to sports, but to have her as a superintendent giving a lot of love to the theater program and to choir and to all of the fine arts things, it's really awesome to have
Mhm.
her.
And
We
she even
really
plays
appreciate it.
In
She
most
does.
of the
She plays
programs.
in the orchestra
Mhm.
for
She's
our
very
musicals.
talented.
Yeah.
So she's very diversified. Yeah, she can never come to the theater with me because we go on Thursday nights, and I think she's in a group
She's the
that she
BC Orchestra.
rehearses
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
Thursday nights. So Haven,
Yeah.
you're going to be graduating this year.
Yeah.
You have to tell me what is going to happen.
Okay, well, I am going to culinary school at Utah Valley University, and I'm hoping to graduate and become a pastry chef for a few years and then open up my own bakery, which, we've already talked about before.
Cupcakes by Haven.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Haven started with an entrepreneurial program that Teresa McInerney, I think, twisted her arm hard enough to get you into.
Yeah.
And she started, when you were probably a sophomore, you went to that, didn't you? Hasn't that been a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Entrepreneurial Academy is coming up this summer, so you need to be recruiting some kids from Atchison High so we
Yeah.
can get them up
An
there
amazing
in that.
program.
That's a great program. Haven graduated from that and started her own cupcake company that if you saw her down at the farmer's market, you were there pretty much every Saturday.
Yeah, and
With-
Wednesdays sometimes.
With cupcakes and those, you had some like muffins or something too that had eggs.
Quiches.
Quiches, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
for morning
You had little
people.
mini quiches. Well, I am so proud of both of you.
Thank you.
And you've got to come back and see me again. But Sam, I really want you to come back and tell me about the theater programs that you're
Absolutely.
going to do next year.
I will.
And bring that Kay Dolenz along
I
with
will.
you. Now that I know you're totally not related to John Dolenz.
No, we're
it's
not.
Dolenz and Dolenz.
That's
but
right.
Kay plays the piano and
Yes,
does
she
all
does.
your music stuff
So
for you.
she's like my best friend.
Well, she's a nice lady.
she's great.
As a matter of fact, that's who I called because she had sent me an email about this program that you're going to be doing
Mhm.
on the 8th and the 9th.
Yep.
And she said, you got to go to this. When Karis has a program in Manhattan, I want to go down there and
Mhm.
see Karis as well. So 7th and the 8th, and $6 for adults. It starts at 7
8th and
p.m. And it's the 8th and 9th of May,
Mhm.
right? You guys make sure you get to this because this is really a neat program that these kids put on. And both of you have to come back and see me, Sam, tell me about theater and Haven.
Yeah.
You know, when you start that pastry shop, I want to hear about it.
I will
Okay?
definitely let you know.
All right. Thanks, you guys, for coming.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
And remember, call me for everything real estate. 367-3116.